Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for June the 24th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy. After that, we'll pull one card for each sign, and we'll see how those energies meld together to come up with the prediction for each sign as we go through the zodiac. If you know your sun sign, you can get some applicable information that way. If you know your houses, your rising sign, and then your houses after that, then you can actually get quite a bit of good juice from a quick little reading like this. Please remember, guys, put a thumbs up on this video and share it out to the world and leave me some feedback as well. We're starting off with the Three of Swords showing up here as our overall energy. Yummy, yummy. You know, some days you just wish you could put a card back in the deck and pretend you didn't see it. That's not the deal, though. So, Three of Swords does talk about something that makes us feel some kind of heartache or heartbreak. This can be a huge thing, or this can be a really little thing that just makes us feel a little sad. I've seen it come in all different places on that range before. So, I don't think that we should assume the worst just because it's right there on the table as that card, because that card does not necessarily have to be terrible. Now, you guys know I'm not going to candy coat it. Whatever comes out is what comes out. But for right now, I don't think we should assume anything terrible. Let's just see what else shows up on the table for each sign. Okay, looking next at Aries. Okay, so Aries, what you have is the Empress showing up in reverse. And this is just telling me that what I'm getting is I feel like where you want to manifest something of your own, it feels to me like you're still under the control of somebody else. Somebody else is still pulling your strings where you were wanting to manifest independence. And I think that it's given you a little bit of heartache today, a little bit of heartburn, maybe even, because that call for independence is pretty strong for most fire signs, and definitely I would say for Aries as well. Next, looking at Taurus. Taurus. Justice card showing up here. Taurus, what I'm picking up is that we're making a decision today. I happen to be a Taurus rising, so that's where we comes in here. But we're making a decision today that it's not the easiest decision to make. It's one where we know that we're doing the right thing, but it still doesn't keep it from hurting the heart a little bit. Next up, we're looking at Gemini. Geminis. Six of Pentacles. What do we have here? This person looks very unhappy, doesn't he? Six of Pentacles. Gemini, here's the thing. It feels to me like for somebody to treat you correctly, and I mean minimally correctly, I feel like you have to really work for that. Like you have to really put your foot down for that. And I feel like the idea that you have to work so hard for somebody to treat you in a minimally correct type of way is making you feel sad, for lack of a better word. Let's just say sad. I think you're making it happen. I think that you're bummed that it has to be a thing that you have to make happen. Next up, we're looking at Cancer. Okay, Cancers. Five of Cups coming up in reverse. You're forgiving somebody from something that made you sad, from something that gave you some kind of heartache or heartbreak. What we see today, Cancer, is that you're forgiving that. You're letting that go. You're not holding on to that grudge or that hurt or that injury anymore. Good for you. Makes life a lot more joyful and easy if we can do that. Leo. Judgment card. Leo, I think something has happened that has greatly disappointed you and made you sad. And I think you're really working to not be triggered by that, but to use good, solid judgment in figuring out how you want to respond to this situation so that you don't do a knee-jerk response that may not be productive at all, but you have come up with a response that is going to make a difference in this situation. We see you considering. Next up, we're looking at Virgo. Four of Pentacles showing up in reverse. So Virgo, this is really a nice positive card. It talks about the idea that, yeah, yeah, there was something here that was disappointing. However, excuse me. Sorry about that, Virgo. Got a frog in my throat and I did not want to cough on camera. Um, but so basically you have this situation that has made you sad or made you feel let down. Instead of focusing on having a pity party about that, I think you're expending a whole lot of energy and effort, maybe even finances, to overcome whatever the challenges are around this. Whatever challenge was created by this heartache or this heartbreak situation, you're working on, yeah, minimizing the damage and hopefully making sure that that never happens again, whatever this happens to be in your world. Next up, we're looking at Libra. Ace of Pentacles. Libra, this is interesting because you have a new opportunity showing up here with the Ace of Pentacles. The thing is that this new opportunity is a little bit bittersweet. I think that it's a good, solid opportunity, and I think that you have to decide if you want to move forward with it. However, if you move forward with it, there is something that you have to sort of sacrifice in your life to make room for this new opportunity. And so I think that it's a hands down no-brainer that you want this opportunity. I think that you're finding it really emotional to let go of this old thing to be able to move forward. Next up, let's see about Scorpio. Knight of Wands in reverse. Scorpio, this says that we've got something going on that has us feeling some kind of heartache or heartbreak. And what we're doing is we're letting it sort of suck away at our energy to where we really don't feel like doing anything productive. We may spend our time doing things that are not productive at all, that are sort of escapist behaviors. Just to kind of, I don't want to say that this allows us to process the heartache or the heartbreak, but it does allow us to not think about it instead. So, seeing that energy ahead of time, what we want to do is we want to turn that around. If we notice ourselves going into escapist behaviors to deal with this, try to pull back on the reins, go in that direction, and try to turn around the other way. Let's just try to look at this and process it and get through it, get to the other side of this. Easy to say right now, a little bit ahead of time when I'm recording this. See how I feel about this in about 24, 36 hours. All right, Sagittarius. The reading will still be the same. I'm just talking about me as a Scorpio. So Sagittarius, you guys have, excuse me, the Three of Cups. Sagittarius, I think you're playing more of a supporting role today on our overall energy. I think you have a friend who has some kind of heartache or heartbreak going on. And you are sort of the shoulder that they're crying on, or the person that they're leaning on as they go through this. Hmm. Next up, let's look at Capricorn. Sagittarius was that first supporting energy that we've seen so far. That was interesting. Capricorn, King of Swords showing up in reverse. This is basically telling me that you've got something going on that is heartbreaking or causes some kind of heartache, and it's making you grumpy. With that King of Swords in reverse, the temptation here for you is to get really grumpy and moody. You could do that. It'll make it kind of hard for other people to be around you, and you might really want other people to be around you right now. So you may want to rethink that. I mean, I'm just saying you can do whatever you want. I don't think I'm going to be around a Capricorn, so no skin off of my nose. Maybe off of your friends' noses. All right, let's look at Aquarius. Aquarius. Look at you. Wheel of Fortune showing up here. I'm being reminded of a situation in my life, Aquarius, that I had before I really knew I was psychic. I was already doing what I called talking to God. I didn't know that was really being psychic. This energy reminds me of this moment that I had where I had just found out that I was going to be getting my first divorce of my life after 12 and a half years with somebody. And I was very upset about it because I was raised Catholic, and that means marriages last as long as you do. So that just seemed awful to me. And I had my Bible by my bedside, and um, I decided it was time to see what God had to say about that. So, and I didn't normally do this, but this day I did. I opened up my Bible and I let my finger fall wherever with my eyes closed. And I could feel that I was opening up my Bible way, way, way to the back. Way to the back. In fact, I was expecting my finger to fall on a map or something, but it was the place that felt right. I dropped my finger down. It fell on the word hallelujah. I don't know about y'all, but I really didn't know what that word meant. So when I looked it up, it said, make a joyful noise. So here I was. I had just found out I was going to get a divorce. I was kind of devastated, to be honest. And the word that comes out of the Bible for me is make a joyful noise. That was the definition of hallelujah. And I can remember looking up at my ceiling and saying to God, I think you've got me confused with somebody else. I'm getting ready to get a divorce. As if God didn't know. And turned out there was a lot of reason to make a joyful noise over that, even though I didn't recognize it in the moment. Here's what this is making me think of. You have the Wheel of Fortune as your card, along with the Three of Swords, which talks about heartache or heartbreak. So this tells me you're going through some kind of heartache or heartbreak, and it's working out very well for you. You may not know it yet. You may not see it yet. This may be just as bratty as God telling me, hallelujah, when I was feeling devastated. But that's what this card is basically saying. This card is saying this is a good thing. It may feel horrible in this moment, but this is a good thing. So do what you will with that. You can always say, Amista, I think you're totally confused. I'll understand if you do. All right, Pisces, let's look what we have for you. Pisces. Seven of Pentacles. This is interesting. This is interesting, Pisces, because it says whatever this is giving you heartache or heartbreak, You're getting the payoff from it. There's a payday coming out of it. Be careful not to sell your soul. Okay? So if you're getting paid off of something that makes you feel terrible, sad or upset, heartache, heartbroken, if you're getting a payday off of that, seriously, you may want to reevaluate what you do to make money. You may want to reevaluate that. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. Thank you guys very much for being here. I do appreciate you guys' presence on my videos. That is so fantastic. And you guys remember that I am doing readings and Reiki sessions today. All you have to do is get a hold of me. And I forgot to put the website in the corner, but get a hold of me at www.amista.info. All my contact information is there, and we can go from there to get you scheduled. We'll get you in as quickly as we can. Thank you, everybody, for being here once again, and have a fantastic day. Peace out.